Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining me once again. This is your host, Derek Lane, for another edition of the Fast Lane Podcast for Success. I appreciate your listenership, as always. Glad to have you on board. Today, we'll talk a little bit about the mindset of success and what does it take to really understand a full mindset, to really understand and embrace that feeling that I'm successful versus the feeling that I want to be successful. And what does it take? Where do you need to be in order to say, yeah, I feel successful, or I'm still waiting to feel successful? Okay? There's a bridge there. You have to understand that, and you have to cross that bridge. Even if you're not doing the things that you want to be doing right now, that feeling of success is important to you. Okay? It's what engages your attitude toward moving forward and other people realizing your value and the benefit that you offer, whether it's employees or customers, relationship, whatever. When you start to see yourself as already being successful and feeling success, that's when you cross that invisible plane of I need to, I must, I want to, I've got to, versus I have, I am, I do. That is incredibly powerful, okay? So let's say you're not there yet. Let's say that you're still waiting to feel like I'm successful. Do I need to pay that bill? Do I need to get a new car? Do I need to do this? You see what I'm saying? These things are mental constructs that you've developed in your own mind. What you should really be doing is take stock of everything that you have that's going right. Well, I've got a pretty good car. I've got a pretty nice house. I've got a great relationship. I'm good at this. Write down, and you should be doing this too. You should be writing down everything you're good at. Write down things that you're good at, and then take stock of those things, and keep reminding yourself, I'm good at that. I'm good at that. And the things that you want to be better at, you can write on, another column and say, I'm working. I'm better than I used to be. I've made improvements in the areas that I want to be good at. If you draw, you paint, you play a musical instrument, and let's say you play a musical instrument and you're not proficient. You're not, you can't just play anything that somebody goes, hey, can you play that? No, I can't play that. Well, what can you play? Well, I can play this. Okay, that sounds good. Well, I guarantee if you can play something, at some point you couldn't play it. So that means you're better than you were, okay? Maybe not where you want to be, but you're better than you were. So that's what I'm saying to you, that all of your successes you should be grateful for and own. Own your successes and own what you're good at. What does successful you look like? How does successful you dress? How does successful you speak and engage with people? How does successful you deal with the relationships in your life? Your family, your wife, your spouse, your girlfriends, your boyfriends, whatever the case may be. How does successful you deal with those? Is it congruent with the way that you deal with it now? Or do you think that successful you is different? Understand that so you can go to work on it to start employing successful you. Go to work on, if you dress differently under successful you, go ahead and start dressing that way. Go ahead and dress that way. Go ahead, buy the shoes, pants, shirts, whatever it is, and start being successful you. You will notice a change in your whole psyche. Back in the young days, I worked for a company that was, I don't know what you want to call it for lack of better terms. I worked for a company that was basically just, telemarketing type, outbound calls. And the owner of the company, as an employee, you would come in, you go, I don't deal with customers. I sit in a cubicle and I make phone calls and I look at a computer screen all day. Can I wear shorts and a t-shirt, some sneakers? Can I just be comfortable while I do this? I think I'd be more successful if I was comfortable doing this. However, the owner understood that if you weren't wearing dress clothes, he made everyone wear, khakis and shoes. You don't have to wear a tie, but, a collared shirt tucked in with a belt, dress shoes, nice khaki pants. That was how you came to work, because he understood that if you dress like a slob, you're going to come across as a slob, and nobody wants to deal with a slob. If you dress as a success, you come across as a success, and people want to deal with successful people. Even if they can't see you. See, this is the point. Even if they can't see you, it is your whole demeanor, your attitude that says, I'm successful. When I get up in the morning and I sit down to start my day, if I don't jump in the shower and dress appropriately the same way, it doesn't matter. No one sees me in the morning, okay? But I'm not as productive. I'm more laid back and going, I'll get it, No. So you have to be disciplined enough to say, hey, I get it. I'm going to dress appropriately because I'm a successful person. This is what successful people do. This is the way successful people dress. You're a professional. In all regards of your being, you're a professional. Your whole facade is one of success. So the successful mindset is just that. Start to develop and see yourself as a complete success. You attract success when you expect success. Let me say that again. You attract success when you expect success. And once you start to see it grow and become part of who you are, you will not go back, I promise you. You will not go back into your old characteristics, because the new characteristics are so fun. You see the benefits of it. You want to attract things into your life, the law of attraction and all of that. It's not a wish list. You don't sit down and go, well, I want this, and if I think about it and I look at it so hard, it's gonna, that Maserati is gonna appear in my driveway. No, it's not. No, it's not. It takes action. See, the principle of visualization and acting as if and associating yourself with success is that your brain does go to work to produce action sequences, okay? So action is what brings these things into your material world. Action does. You have to do something. No one shows up and hands you the keys and you go, oh, I wasn't expecting that. Well, maybe I was, but I don't know how I got it. No, you have to go and you have to negotiate and you have to buy, and then you've got it in your driveway. But it takes action to get that Maserati, Mercedes, BMW, whatever it is that you're looking forward to owning in your driveway. Okay? But successful mindset, hand in hand with work, proper work ethic, getting up on time, not being hungover, not feeling down and blaming the world, blaming others, the blame game, put down the blame thrower. It gets you nowhere. Own your person. Own who you are. See, when you start to say, I am who I am, I'm 100% responsible for me, then you make that decision. Well, if I'm 100% responsible for me, no one else is. I'm not a product of someone else. I'm not going to blame my parents or my siblings or my community or my culture, watching too much MTV or whatever it is that you're blaming. When you say, it's all on me, then you see it's not blame anymore. It's responsibility. And then when you start to become successful and you take the success mindset, you can still say it's me. Yeah, I did this from my thinking, from my actions, from everything that I worked hard at. And I'm not going to let anybody take it away from me, because I worked too damn hard to get to where I am now. And I'm working hard to get to where I want to go. Never forgetting that success is yours right now. Right now. You have the right to be happy right now. Don't project your happiness out in the future. You can project further happiness. That's fine. But being successful is a choice. Make that choice. Make that choice today, right now. As you listen to these words, understand that I will decide that I'm going to be successful. I will decide that I am going to dress like, act like, talk like, be like a successful person. I'm going to read articles, books to get me where I want to go in my industry, in my career. I understand where I'm going. That's another important part. Understand where you want to go. If you have some vague idea and you're not clear and you're just floating around hoping that, you'll bump into a millionaire that offers you a job, sorry, no, you start to harness your own direction. You start to cultivate the path of success by understanding who you want to be, what you're good at, where you can make inroads and stride in success. You start to understand that. Understand it wholeheartedly. If you have questions, find mentors. Don't be afraid to talk to people that are successful. People will share with you. They love to share. They love to share because success sometimes leaves you out there by yourself. And it's good to have a friend. It's good to be a mentor. Good to have a mentor, good to be a mentor. Because you cannot take without giving. It will destroy you. So make sure that you give and you offer. Offer someone that you admire, offer to buy them lunch, even if if it means that you have to go a day without lunch yourself. But you get something out of it. You get the benefit of their knowledge, which will help you and further your career. Just understand that a mindset, the mental mindset, is where it all stems from. It's not luck. It's not being at the right place at the right time. Being at the right place at the right time happens because you work your butt off. What was the old the golfer? I think it was Gary Player or whatever that they asked. That you kind of came onto the scene and you seem to be very lucky. And he said, it's funny. The harder I work, the luckier I get. Right? This guy didn't get to be a great golfer by luck. That was ridiculous. The guy worked hard, worked at his craft, understood what it takes to be great, to be a success. And then somebody wants to diminish that by suggesting that it's luck. That's okay. That was a perfect response. Yeah, it seems that the harder I work, the luckier I get. Okay, same for yourself. Work hard, and I don't mean by getting your nails dirty and physically, or maybe it is for you. Maybe you're, you work with your hands, and that's great. Creative people do things with their hands and they become successful. That's awesome. But it's also being able to market yourself, being able to get people to see you and recognize you for the great things that you do and who you are. So there's work in more than one area of your craft and who you are to become successful. There's work, and then there's work, and then there's work after that. You work and you work and you work. Don't forget to spend some quality time, downtime, enjoying your relationships, enjoying your family. Don't let work kill you. There's never been a tombstone that said he worked hard. They just don't do that. So at the end of the day, the end of your career, your twilight of your career, you don't want to be known as the guy that worked himself to death but never enjoyed life. That's not you. You're the person that worked hard when you worked, and you rested and had personal time when it was time to do so. But when you're supposed to be working hard, it's not a time to play. It's time to work. That's how you're going to get successful. You're going to get successful by being successful. There's the old saying that the trick to money is having money. It's the same difference. The trick to success is being successful. All right. We've got some great topics coming up. I've got to go through some emails that folks have sent me. I apologize if I haven't responded just yet, but we will be responding, and I appreciate those inquiries, and I'll be getting back with you shortly. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Fastlane Podcast for Success. I'm your host, Derek Lane. I appreciate you joining me once again for this week's episode, and if you're on iTunes, like and share, leave positive comments. It just helps more people reach this, and hopefully I can help more people, understand who they are. And if I help one person, great. Thank you so much. Have a blessed and wonderful day.